What's going on, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here, bringing you another episode of What's New with Tackle Warehouse. So summer's winding down. We're kind of getting it close to that fall transition. I mean, some of the areas around the country are still brutally hot. So we got some stuff to beat the heat and a few things to help you catch a few more fish this season. So the first one right here from Norman, we got the new Speed N Crankbait. So Norman's been making awesome crankbaits for years and years. I think I've caught more fish on DD22s and deep little ends than any other crankbait out on the market. And speaking of deep little ends, this new Speed N features the same body as a deep little end, but now it's got a square bill. So if you're familiar with the deep little end, it's a phenomenal crankbait, and now we got it in this square bill version. This bait was a key player in the 2020 Bassmaster Classic. There was a number of the top 10 pros throwing this bait before it was actually released to the market. So great cold weather crankbait. It's gonna work great all year long because it has that square bill. It's gonna fish great in and around a cover. And then especially in the cold weather in the springtime when you want that tighter wobble, this crankbait's got that little bit tighter wobbling action, so a little more subtle. Again, just an awesome crankbait here by Norman Cranks. All right, next up, another tiny little crankbait. So we got this one from Daiwa. This is the new SC Shad. As you can see, this is a micro-sized crankbait. So it's 2 inches, it weighs about 1/8 of an ounce. So this is definitely gonna be a spinning rod operation. But coming up here pretty soon, in the fall, when we get those really, really small bait fish, this is gonna be the time to throw little crankbaits like this. And you know, little cranks like this are just gonna catch numbers of fish all year long, and they're gonna catch everything: bluegills, crappie, trout, walleye, whatever you got in your lake, these things are gonna catch it. So phenomenal finesse style crankbait, but be sure to grab yourself one before the fall bite gets here. All right, next up, let's go down to some jigs. So got some new football jigs from Freedom Tackle. If you're not throwing football jigs right now, this time of the year, you are missing out. So we got 2 different varieties of this. We have a skirtless and a skirted version. And what's cool about the Freedom Tackle football jigs is they have that swinging hook technology in them. So your trailer is going to get so much more action and just a lot better freedom of movement. Increase your landing ratio. When you get a fish hooked up, it's going to decrease that leverage so you can be able to put more fish in the boat. With the skirtless model, it actually has a corkscrew on the shank of the hook, so you screw your trailer on there, and it's going to hold them on there really well. It's going to be a lot better than like an EWG style hook or anything like that. Those trailers are going to stay on there really secure with the screw lock. And like most of the swinging football heads that are on the market right now, the wobble head technique, really popular summertime technique, most of them have an EWG wide gap style hook on them, and none of them really have a straight shank hook. The straight shank's going to increase your hookup ratio dramatically when you're fishing, over rocks and down deep and stuff like that, especially on long casts. You're not going to have to drive that hook through the plastic. And then with like all the Freedom baits, they have that interchanging hook technology. So if you wanted to change the hook out, you can twist this hook right off and put a new one on. With the skirted model, we got a lead keeper on the shank of the hook, and then we have a wire weed guard built in as well. And we've got a bunch of awesome colors, so if you're looking for that more full jig profile, you might want to go with the skirted version. Again, got that swinging technology, so just going to bring your jig to life. These are going to be great out deep, ledges, deep points, rock piles, humps, islands, anything like that. Football jigs are where it's at. All right, next up from Savage Gear. We've been waiting for this one for a long time. We got the new DC Slide Gill. So the DC stands for dual chamber. So this is one of the most realistic and awesome looking hollow body bluegill imitations on the market. So it's going to perform just like your hollow body frog, but it's looks just like a bluegill. And with the shape of it, it's kind of flat on the top and kind of has a dipped, kind of a crescent shaped body. This thing walks phenomenally. And then you have that 3D printed finish on there, the fins, the soft bristled tail. Just you can't get any better, of a bluegill presentation in my opinion. Throw this thing out there, it gets great walking action, and then you can also twitch it super hard and it'll actually dive under the water and jump out just like a bluegill trying to get away from a bass. We've been waiting for this thing since 2019 ICAST. We just got it in, got a nice oversized double hook on there, 50, 60 pound braid, no problem. Gonna be able to get fish out of heavy cover. If you're looking for something different, not everyone's out there throwing hollow body frog, you want something that really looks like a bluegill, you need to check these out from Savage Gear. All right, so we went over the baits. What can we spice them up with? So we got some new scent from All Out Tackle. We got the All Out Tackle Jar Jelly and then the Jar Juice. So the Jar Jelly is kind of your, like the Vaseline consistency scent. So similar to other scents out there on the market, but this is completely clear. It's not gonna affect the color or the action of your bait or anything, and it stays on an incredibly long time. So jigs, crankbaits, soft plastics, anything you wanna smear this stuff on, it's gonna stay on there. We got, you know, all the scents you need: crawfish, shad, garlic, everything like that. And then if you don't want the rub on like the Vaseline style, we have the jar juice. So this has a little pop top, like a little shampoo bottle, easy to apply, doesn't make a mess, and we got it in all the scents as well. And this stuff stays on really well as well. All right, went over some scent, some baits, talk about line, most important part of your tackle sometimes. So the first one we got here is the new Daiwa J-Fluoro Samurai Fluorocarbon. So this is a new fluorocarbon, 100% fluorocarbon made in Japan. This is the first fluorocarbon, you know, made by Daiwa, you know, available in the United States. This stuff is premium fluorocarbon, so it's not cheap, super high quality. So from the, I believe it goes down to 4-pound test to 25-pound test. It's going to vary in your levels of stiffness and stretch. So not all of them are going to perform exactly the same, because you want different properties with lighter line than you would with, you know, with 6-pound and 25-pound. But one thing that is the same throughout the entire line is that all the diameters are extremely thin. So super thin diameter line, and it's just going to provide, you know, great abrasion resistance, and you're going to get more pound strength for the same size diameter of line. So when you compare it to other fluorocarbons on the market, when you look at the line charts, this stuff is super thin, so you can even upsize your line, maintain the same diameter that you normally use, but get more strength. What's also cool about this, we sell them in the 220-yard spools and the 1,000-yard spools, and on the filler spools, the 220-yard spools, there's a Daiwa D-Vec logo sticker halfway down the spool. So there's a marker on there, so you know exactly when you hit that halfway point, when you're trying to perfectly cut the spool in half. I know I've done it, trying to use a 200-yard spool, split it a couple ways, and you mess it up, and you end up with not enough or too much to do that, you know, to do that second or third reel. So, you know, just great little piece in there just to add, make it easier to spool up your reels. Next up from Sunline, we got 2 new Sunlines. So they're expanding on their Night FC fluorocarbon. So they're now offering a high vis yellow. So Night FC, great for night fishing. If now is the time to be out there night fishing. If you're allowed to night fish on your lake, make sure you guys are out there at nighttime. With the high vis yellow, it's gonna glow super bright with black light, so it's gonna be extremely easy to see it, detect bites and that sort of thing. You know, super strong, you know, great fluorocarbon from Sunline. Next up, we got their new nylon leader material. So this is a monofilament nylon line, and it's made for, you know, your top shot, or, you know, filling up the top of your spool, leaders, everything like that. And this stuff is made to take shock. It has extreme shock absorbency. So when you get those fish that blow up on top waters, or, you know, they make that last surge at the boat before you get them in the net, this is going to do a lot better job of absorbing that, and just make sure that you don't break off. Sometimes you use a fluorocarbon leader and you get that surge, they can run hard enough to break you off. This is going to absorb a lot of that. Super tough, super abrasion resistant line as well. So made for, you know, toothier fish and just, you know, aggressive blowups and stuff like that with this nylon leader. All right. Got some stuff from Sims. We got a bunch of stuff from Sims, actually. The first couple things here. Got some new apparel items. If you're familiar with the Sims SolarFlex stuff, so we have SolarFlex Hoody, SolarFlex shirts. Great shirts are keeping you protected in the sun. We got their new Riparian camo pattern. So we got this in the hoodies. You know, we got the hood to keep the back of your neck, your ears covered, stuff like that. And we have it in the regular sun shirts as well. We also got the Riparian camo in the sun glove. So super cool pattern they make for, you know, guys, especially, you know, fishing in ultra clear water in those little creeks around, you know, fly fishing for trout and stuff like that. Keep you a little bit more camouflage, and it just looks cool. Great for bass fishing. You can even do some hot weather hunting in it if you want. All right, and we also got their new wool half finger gloves. This is my favorite style of glove to run when it starts getting cold. I love the half finger design. You know, you can still use all the tips of your fingers. And these wool gloves, I think they're only $24.99. And since I think they're 92% merino wool, they keep your hands super warm. They wick moisture. They got silicone pads on the palm there for extra gripping strength. But, you know, cold weather is going to be here hopefully soon enough. Make sure you have some gloves to keep your hands warm. All right, a few bags from Sim. So we got their new Dry Creek series, we got their hip pack, and we got their sling pack. So both of them are made out of a 300D polyester poly ripstop material. There's a PU coating and a TPU lamination on the inside. I think you got all that right. These bags are super tough. They're 100% submersible, so you can dunk these in the water. You know, if you're on the shore and if you're bank fishing and you take a spill and you go in, don't have to worry about any of your gear. None of it's going to get wet. It's 100% waterproof. One of the other cool things on here is they have their new, it's a new True Zip, 100% waterproof toothless zipper. So it slides down, you see there's no teeth on there, and it's a self-healing zipper as well. So slides up, if you happen to, you know, overpack your bag, step on it, anything like that, and the zipper blows out, all you gotta do is just run the zipper all the way down, zip it right back up, and it's gonna self-heal itself. So, and that zipper is gonna last the entire lifetime of the bag. So we got the hip pack, and then we also got the sling pack. Super popular for, you know, shore fishing and stuff like that. It's really comfortable. It's got padded, breathable foam on the back. And the sling pack, you just pull it around just like that. You're ready to go. You have access to all your equipment. It's vertical up and down. Just great design there by Sims. And last up, we got their new GTS padded cube. So these padded cubes are just made to store all different types of stuff. If you want to store some gear in your boat, if you want to store lures, you want to store tools, you want to use this for a toiletry bag, whatever you want. You can do anything with these. Padded just to protect whatever you got on the inside. On the inside, there's also a divider system. So there's a separate bag in the middle that you can store stuff in this internal mesh bag, and then it also works as a divider system as well. It's got these cinch straps on there. So once you get it all packed up, you want to cinch it down and save space, you can do that with it as well. All right, went through all the bags, you know, some bank fishing stuff. Now we got some travel rods to go over with you guys. So this first one here is the new Daiwa D-Vec carbon case travel rod. So this is a 5-piece rod, premium rod, fits right here in this case. And then this actually comes with a reel in the bag, or in the case, excuse me. So it comes with a 2000 size Daiwa Sweetfire reel. It comes with a little tackle box. There's room for, you can take this foam out, put more tackle in there. It's got a mesh, retainer here on the back. So if you're looking for a sweet little, travel rod that you can just put, a little assortment of tackle, keep this in the car with you all the time, packing into the woods a little ways, this is going to be a great option. It's only $69.99. We got it in 2 sizes. Awesome little rod for pan fishing, fishing ponds and stuff like that. Able to keep tackle, and it comes with a reel. It's a sweet deal. All right, on the other end of the spectrum, we got a new travel rod by Megabass. Now I know this rod's not going to be for everyone. It comes in at $448. So we got them in 3 casting, 1 spitting. This is the new Triza travel rod series by Megabass. So it's a 3-piece rod design, and there's some things on this rod that are unlike any other travel rod out there on the market. With the 3-piece design, Yuki Ito Engineering is using a new triangle concept of reel construction. And what they mean by that is each section of the blank is specifically made and tailored to do its specific job. So the tip is made to flex more and load up. This middle section is providing you with the backbone, and down here in the butt section, it's going to provide more torsional rigidity. And just overall, they're doing things with these 3-piece blanks that you would not be able to do with a traditional one-piece blank. So each 3 sections, specifically tailor-made to do a specific job. And when you put these things together and you flex them and feel them and check the responsiveness, you cannot tell one bit that it's a multi-piece rod. It feels like a single-piece rod. Everything on here is handmade. We got this peacock wood reel seat, probably one of the most beautiful rods I've ever seen, honestly. And the finger, this is hand carved out of a single piece of aluminum. We have hand threading, polished guides on here, hand-drawn graphics, and there's actually small dots on the connection points. So when you put this rod together, you're gonna perfectly line up. You're gonna get the blank perfectly lined up, and you don't have to, eyeball it down the guides and, twist and turn. Those little dots right there are gonna make sure that you put the rod together perfectly straight every time. This also comes with a case as well. Comes with a really nice case from Megabass. It's got semi-hard inserts in there. There's also an additional flannel bag inside that you can put all the pieces of the rod in. And they gave you this bigger travel case with this larger opening in the middle, so you can put it together. You can put a reel on the rod and it'll fit in the case with the reel on it. So like I said, you know, just an amazing rod, probably one of the most beautiful rods I've ever seen come through Tackle Warehouse. If you're looking for a high-end travel rod, highly recommend checking out the Megabass Triza series. All right, thanks for tuning in to What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase products seen here today, make sure to click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.